All right, what's up, my friends? Matt Morris here with a fun story. Gonna have a good time today. I've got some glasses that my girl Devin got me, and supposedly it blocks all the blue light, and so I'm going to be able to see much longer and have much healthier eyes because of this. But I'm not going to wear them in the broadcast. So listen, as you guys hop on, let me know where you're tuning in from in the comments. Let me know if you're watching this live. Drop me an L in the comments. If you're watching this on the replay, drop me an R in the comments. If you decide to share this, drop me a shared in the comments so I can give you a shout out. I always do my best to go back and read through. I will do an attempt to give you a live shout out if I see it. Sometimes I get a little distracted if I'm watching the comments, but where are we from? I see Thailand in the house. I see New Jersey. I look nice with the glasses. Thank you. What's up, Victor? Good to see you again. Michael from Kenya. Good to see you. Lady D, what is going on? All right. Luis from Miami, thank you for the share. I see Nigeria, Mauritius in the house. Very cool. All right, they're coming through fast. All right, Canada in the house. Saskatchewan, awesome. Well, listen, I appreciate you guys hopping on. I'm going to tell you guys a story, and I want you, as I tell you the story, I want you to think about if you are the dog on the porch. I think there's certainly been times where you have been a dog on the porch. And part of the reason why I share this story with you is because I've got a mission to help network marketers become powerful leaders and powerful influencers. And part of being a powerful influencer is being able to relay stories. We've all heard the old saying, facts tell, stories sell. Never say that in a presentation. People don't like to be sold. They love to buy, but they don't like to be sold. And when you say in front of a group of prospects, facts tell and stories sell, you're basically saying, here, let me sell you, right? And so while that's true, we don't want to say it in front of the group. I've seen it way too many times, and just don't say it in front of a group. So here's the thing. I tell this dog on the porch story, and if you've heard me tell the dog on the porch story, drop me a comment and let me know. And I kind of go through my story, and I talk about how I was at one point in my life living out of my car. I was homeless. I was selling above ground swimming pools, bathing in nasty gas station bathrooms. Late one night, I actually showered in the rain in a church parking lot. If you've heard me tell that story, let me know. It's one that I tell all the time when I am presenting, and I tell it quite a bit when I'm training as well. And so I talk about, living out of my car. And, that night, as an example, I'm just looking over at my whiteboard here, and my daughter says, I'm bored. I'm so bored. I wrote I'm bored 8 times. That was Zara. So yesterday the girls were fighting, side note here. And so I took away all electronics for 48 hours until they can learn to get along. And they sat in the 2 chairs here in my office, and they read for about 2 hours until I finally let them get up and write on my whiteboard. So she let me know she's bored. Anyway. That was 1 o'clock. They made it till 5 p.m. and the clock reset. So they got 5 p.m. tomorrow before they get electronics again. We'll see how it works. So anyway, I tell the story about being in my car, homeless, $30,000 in debt, lonely. I mean, night after night after night, I'm sleeping in this car. I shower in the gutter runoff from the roof of the church. I get back in my car, I dry off, put my clothes on, and it hits me. I have certainly hit rock bottom. And that was really my wake-up call. That's when I said, Matt, do whatever it takes to achieve success. Invest whatever you have to invest to achieve success. Work as hard as you have to work in order to achieve success. And at the time, I was fairly miserable, but looking back, I am amazingly grateful. I wouldn't trade that experience in my life for $1 million. Why? Because I was kind of like the dog on the porch. And I'll share it with you. And again, I'm sharing with you this story, not just so you can relate it to yourself, but so you can relate this to other people. I want you to be powerful influencers. So you may want to go back and watch this live again. If you've got people on your team, you may want them to hear the story so they can share it as well. So this may be share worthy. So I say, you know what? I was kind of like the dog on the porch. Now I'm from Texas, and this is kind of a country story, so I'll share it with you guys. But here's how the story goes. There was this old man, and he's out on his front porch, big wooden porch. He's sitting in his rocking chair. He's just rocking back and forth. And as he's sitting there, he's got his dog next to me, and his neighbor comes walking over. And as the neighbor comes walking over, he hears the old man's dog. And the old man's dog is going, so he gets a little closer. He says, "Sir, why's your dog howling like that?" The old man looks down at his dog. He's going, He said, "Oh, he's sitting on a nail." The neighbor says, "Well, why didn't he get off the nail?" Old man looks back down at the dog, looks back at the neighbor, says, "Well, I reckon it don't hurt bad enough yet." So how many of us, by a virtual show of hands here, are sitting on a nail? Usually when I do this live, I say, don't raise your hands, but how many of you are sitting on a nail? And several people raised their hand, and I said, don't raise your hand. But see, people relate to that because so many of us are sitting on a nail in life, and it hurts, but it doesn't hurt bad enough to get off the nail. So my friends, tonight is an opportunity for you to get off the nail. See, when I'm closing, I'll tell that story, and it's a powerful close because it's a story that people relate to. They relate to being the dog. They relate to the nail poking them. And sometimes I'll talk about how, you fight traffic to and from work every day, and the nail is poking you, but it doesn't poke you enough. You want to go on that exotic vacation, but you can't. That's the nail poking you. When you have to wake up way earlier than you want to and you're hitting snooze on the alarm clock, that's the nail poking you. When you're at work and you're spending hours and hours and hours a day at your job instead of with the people that you love, that's the nail poking you. When you have a boss that yells at you and is rude, that's the nail poking you. So my friends, how long are you going to sit on the nail? Okay? So this, my friends, is the nail, the dog on the porch story. So I want you to remember that. Again, you may want to go back through. You may want to watch this multiple times. See, repetition is the mother of all learning. Repetition is the mother of all learning. Why do I say that twice? Because, my friends, repetition is the mother of all learning. So enjoy that. Use that story, use it to get off the nail yourself, and use that story to help other people get off the nail. Because I think significance is not just what you get for yourself. In fact, that's a very small percent of significance is what you get. The much bigger part of significance is what you give. Obviously, you want to empower yourself to achieve financial freedom. You want to empower yourself to achieve time freedom. But where the biggest joy in life comes from a mission of helping other people achieve that freedom. Financial freedom, lifestyle freedom, whatever freedom means for them. And again, it's not always the money. You may be out there selling money. That's not what everyone wants. If I could say, listen, I'll give you $1 million. But the $1 million has to stay in a closet and you can never bring it out. The money itself is meaningless. So what we're selling when it comes to financial freedom is never the money. It's always what money can do for them. And so that's why we want to give many more examples than just the money or just the car or just the house. What is it that the money is going to allow you to do? So if you want to be empowered as a powerful leader and empower other people to get off the nail, to take action towards their dreams and goals, then my friends, you got to be a little more well-rounded than just pitching the money. So, my friends, if you enjoyed this, share button. Karen, thank you for the share. I appreciate that. Let me know any insights that you got out of this. Let me know in the comments. Obviously, if you've not subscribed to my newsletter, hop over to mattmorris.com and you will be subscribed to the most valuable newsletter in network marketing. I wrote a message today that I cracked up reading it, and it may offend half of my subscriber list, and I may have a bunch of people unsubscribe after we send this out, but nonetheless, hey, we've got to have fun in life, right? So anyway, I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thank you for the shares. Dominic, thank you for the share, my friend. Let's go make life an adventure. Take care.